Hi Zach, welcome to my advanced teaching lesson. I'd like to thank you for being able to do this.
Yeah, thanks for having me. This will be fun.
All right. So I would like to ask you how your game has been lately.
Pretty much lately I've had a couple of rounds that are really good rounds, like 74, 75. Played pretty well in those, and then I had probably a round or two that are not quite so good, around mid to upper 80s.
So what are you struggling with the most?
Struggling with the most, probably trying to just keep a driver in play really is the tough part. And
So your
work
full
on everything,
swing?
really. Pretty much, yeah.
Okay. So day one we're going to work on your full swing. Then day two we're going to work on short game. Day three we're going to do some club fitting, see if your clubs are up to par. Day four we're going to do we're going to do mental game. And then day five we're going to do on course.
Awesome, sounds good. I'm getting excited. Let's do this.
Sounds good. All right, Zach, that concludes lesson one today for the full swing. So I'd like to know what you'll learn from this lesson, so let's have a little recap.
All right, so we pretty much worked on the driver today, which was really a big problem for me.
Yep, that's what you said in the beginning.
I was hitting the ball left and right, and didn't really have one consistent shot shape, so it was going right then left. We really worked on having my left hand more straight because it was a little too much over top of the club, so that would cause the ball to go right.
It would be more a little bit of a draw.
Oh, left, okay. And then slowed the swing down a little slower tempo.
Yeah, you were definitely swinging out of your shoes.
Yeah, I have a tendency to do that a little bit, try to crush it, but.
Didn't it feel a little weird to slow it down since you're used to just swinging hard?
Yeah, it felt like it was a super slow swing, but I could definitely see the results. It was a little lower ball flight, and my shot dispersion was a little tighter, so obviously that's better, hit fairways and score lower.
All right, Zach, welcome back to day two. Today is going to be a short game, so I'm going to give you a couple demonstrations of bunker play, a couple bump and runs, but first I want to see you, like how you're struggling around the green and stuff. Does that sound good?
Sounds good to me. I haven't been getting chips real close to the hole, so I'm really hoping to improve on that.
Let's recap what you learned from yesterday.
Yesterday, full swing, pretty much with the driver is mostly what we worked on, and said kind of slow the swing down a little bit, which was kind of huge. Really, shot dispersion was a lot tighter, and moved my left hand a little straighter onto the club as opposed to being
like this, straighter like that.
Top. Yeah, because I was hooking a lot of shots, and so that kind of straightened it out a little bit too, instead of having the club face closed at impact. So that's kind of what we did on day one.
All right, perfect. All right, Zach, that completes day two of chipping and bunker. So I'd like to have a recap of what you've learned today.
Okay, so when first we started with the day, I was using my 58 that I have here in my hands. I was chipping with that like all the way across the green, and all the balls were the closest one was maybe like 10 feet away, which isn't really that close, obviously. So.
And then I switched you to a 8-iron to do a bump and run.
Right, and when I started doing that, the balls were a lot closer to the hole. The furthest one was maybe 10 feet away. So the best shot with the 58 was about the same as the worst shot with the 8-iron, so obviously that'll be something I'll continue doing, using that in rounds and practicing and stuff. So and then we worked on bunker play for a little bit, and the one thing that really helped me was that line that you drew behind the golf ball to hit behind that. That was a big help, really. I was good at bunker shots, and then the past couple of years have been kind of junk, so that line, that visual aid with the line there was really a big help, really. So
that's good. I'm glad you learned something today. All right, Zach, I'd like to welcome you to lesson 3. Today we're going to do some club fitting. So we're going to hit on some lie boards, use some lie tape, face tape, see what your angles are, and then we're going to go into the golf academy right here that we get to utilize, and we're going to bend your clubs if they need to be bent. And if you need some grips on it, we can do some grips and whatnot.
Good deal. Sounds good. I'm so excited.
Yep. So let's recap what you learned from lesson 2. We did short game.
Yeah, lesson 2, like you said, just a short game mostly. Really worked on the bump and run quite a bit, taking about an 8-iron out, playing it just maybe 4 or 5 feet in front of you and just letting it run out. So the point of bump and run, obviously, so it runs more. And then we also worked on bunker shots as well. The big thing that really helps me with the bunker play was having that, imagining the line behind the ball, hitting that or hitting behind that line, just to kind of let almost the sand do the work. So it's a little easier to be a little more consistent with it. So,
all right. Well, let's go into the academy. So that concludes the club fitting. So we took your irons and went on the lie board, and we found out they were +1. So what we did when in there, we basically bent it back to neutral, so your clubs will start to square up a lot more. Then we figured out your driver, the stiffness for your shaft was perfect for you, X-Flex for your speed and stuff. Your wedges were fine, didn't need to adjust anything for that. So what'd you learn today?
I was kind of surprised that my irons were a little upright with the +1. I mean, I got them, I kind of custom fit them maybe 2 years ago, but then again, I've worked, done a little few swing changes here and there, which probably switched that up a little bit, and I just didn't realize it in my head. But that was one thing that kind of almost a little shocked me a little bit. But I mean, that's not that big of a deal. 1 degree upright, I don't think.
No, it was easy to bend it back.
Right. And the driver, that really surprised me, actually. It was actually perfect because I just bought that off the rack, and that was about it. And I know I hear from a lot of people that sometimes that's not the best way to go with getting the correct driver shaft. So kind of lucked out there, and then working with the 3-wood or something, we were the shaft doing the cycles per minute, where you pull it back and it tells you the number or whatever it was reading it like maybe only half the time because the shaft was going all over the place.
It's supposed to go this way, but it was going up and down and in a circle.
So I'm definitely gonna have to maybe get a new shaft for my 3-wood or something, to a little improvement on that.
Yeah. All right. Well, that concludes lesson 3. All right. We'll see you for lesson 4.
Sounds good.
Hi, Zach. Welcome to day 4. Today's lesson is going to be the mental game. So I would like for you to recap what we did on the club fitting yesterday. Just
kind of went through most of my clubs in my bag, mostly a 6-iron though. Kind of hit on a lie board, everything. Checked the lie angles of most of my irons. Checked out the shafts, what was it when it goes back and forth, CPM or something like that. Make sure all that's fitting to my swing style and everything. So it was definitely really interesting to find out all those numbers.
All right, for today we're going to go out in the course and we're going to have you hit a few shots, and we're going to see what you're thinking when you're going to take a tee shot.
All right, good deal.
All right, Zach, that concludes lesson 4 of mental game. So I'd like for you to recap what you told me out on the course and just like what we went over and stuff.
All right. A couple of things we went over. I mean, mental game's a huge part of the game, really. I consider myself fairly strong in that aspect of my game. Finding my way around the course and stuff, I feel like I'm good with that. So first off the tee, you kind of have to see, is there any bad things out there? Like, is there anything that'll cause you penalties or bunkers, which aren't really penalties, but typically can cause an extra maybe half stroke per hole kind of thing. I mean, that's the big thing off of the tee. And then usually approach shots, you kind of want to see where the pin's at. If it's in the front, you want to make sure you have
enough distance.
Right. Make sure you hit the ball past the pin, and if you can spin it back off to the front of the green towards the pin, would be great. Just so you're not short-sighting yourself and whatnot. So that's pretty much what I went over.
Basically the mental game.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'll see you on lesson 5.
Sounds
We're
good.
gonna do on course.
All right. Good deal.
All right, Zach. Welcome to day 5 on course evaluation. So today we're on number 10 hole. It's a dog leg right a little bit. It's a par 4. So what I want you to do today is I want you to hit your normal shot, and then I want you to think about what I taught you and slow things down. So, all right, Zach. So this concludes day 5 of on-course evaluation. So I'd like for you to just recap what you learned out today on the course.
Today on the course it was just played a quick 9 holes, and really with playing the 2 balls, it really forced me to compare how I usually play a course, just kind of what I kind of almost consider not really overpowering, but because typically I'm a power player, so I just try to hit the ball far and chip and gouge my way into the making pars and stuff. And definitely with slowing down, it definitely helped keep the ball in play a lot more and give me a little more opportunities, kind of.
So you felt more consistent with it?
Right, yeah.
All right, so I'd like to thank you for being my little test dummy for this. So I'd like to say thank you. And
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.